Okay, now ladies, if you know you bad, don't need no man. Got
Welcome back to Just Ladies. I am Anjum Lai and today I have Shay. So you were telling us about a story you read on the daily papers.
Yes. And
So now,
I was just saying how heartbreaking that it was that the girl
you
was married off,
yeah.
but she was rescued. That's where I left off. The
Yeah.
good part was that she was rescued, and once the gentleman wanted his $40 cash and his cow back, the parents refused. And in the 10-year-old's place, they gave the gentleman the 6-year-old sister
To a 55-year-old
to a
man.
55-year-old. And so that's when I lost it. I was emotional. I cried. I was angry. And I said, why is this happening, Lord? Why would you allow this? And someone needs to do something.
Yeah.
Why did I ask that question? Because just when I said, why doesn't someone do something?
What
I hear
happened?
the voice again. And he says, go get them. And I'm like, fine, I didn't hear, go get them. And I'm like, I don't know anyone in East Yolo County. I'm working in the Chacos. That doesn't happen here. I don't know anyone. Let Angelina or Oprah do it. Put them on CNN. Go get them. 3 words.
Go get them.
And I didn't understand how that would happen. But I couldn't sleep that night. And so I'm a real action-oriented person. You have friends or know people, they talk all day about what they're gonna do.
And they never do
Shoulda,
not.
coulda, woulda, and it never happens. Once I get an idea in my mind, 9 times out of 10 I make it a reality. So when I woke up that morning, I said, how do I go get them? First thing I thought of was media. And I went and I joined an organization called Women in Film in Beverly Hills. I went to their first meeting and I decided that I would tell these women I wanted to make a documentary. And I want people all over the world to see this film about these girls. And so we're sitting at this huge boardroom table. And all the women are introducing themselves, and you had this one that's working on Avatar, and you had another one that's working on the latest film with Brad Pitt, and they asked me to stand up and introduce myself, and I said, my name is Shay Gibbons, and I want to make a film about girls who are victims of female genital mutilation and child marriage in Kenya. And the whole room went. People forgot about Avatar. They forgot about Brad Pitt, Angelina. It was all about, whoa, this is real. And as soon as I introduced myself, 3 Kenyan ladies stood up. We're sitting at the same table and said, we want to help you. And within a week, I was on the phone with the rescuer from the story in the Daily Nation.
Wow.
It was like in the middle of Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, California, boom, 3 Kenyan ladies, all these connections. And once I'm on the phone with the rescuer and those Kenyan filmmakers had become a part of the team, I knew I was onto something. And there was no turning back. And after a series of feeling confident, sometimes, have you ever heard of the statement people say, I'm from the show me state, Missouri? It's like you gotta see a little bit of hope to keep going.
Yeah.
And that experience was my little bit of hope. And so not long after that, we started talking about filming a documentary. I was flying back and forth from LA. I was talking to different filmmakers here in Kenya, and they were talking about going to the Pokot area and producing this film.
Yeah.
Of course, in the midst of it, I'm still broke, trying to make a
Did you get the
film.
job?
Yes, I had the job,
Okay.
but it wasn't enough to make a film and still keep the programs going at the school in the Chacos. And so the idea of making the documentary died.
Wow.
It just, we were calling people, asking them to support the film. And, you know, people wanted to know, oh, who's your target market? And what would your audience be like? And how would you promote it? We didn't know any of that stuff. We just wanted to help people, you know. And so it just died. And so one day I'm driving down a very popular street near my mother's home. I literally gave up everything. I moved out of my house. I didn't have the car that I wanted and things like that to help girls and women. And I'm driving down the street going to my mom's house, and I see these butterflies behind my car. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking around at the other cars, and I don't see any butterflies. So I said, this is interesting. So I pull up into my mom's driveway, and I see butterflies all throughout her garden. And I said, this is weird. I take a deep breath. I hear the voice again. And the Lord says, you will build a house in Kenya called the Butterfly House. And little girls from all over East Africa who have been abused mentally, physically, emotionally through early marriage, female genital mutilation, who've been abandoned, will come. And they will come in like a caterpillar. And you will feed them, you will nurture them, you will empower them. And within those 4 years, they will leave and they will fly away like a butterfly. And I was like, that's deep. Really? Wow. And I'm broke.
So what did you do?
So how does this happen? How does this butterfly house? Sounds amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I got out there. I started telling people stories. So I went to churches, I went to nightclubs, I went to organizations, anywhere I had an audience of 5 or more people. That's one of my gifts. I'm a dramatic storyteller. I started telling stories. And people were like, that's a wonderful story. So where's your proposal? Where's your business plan? And are you an NGO? And I was like,
no.
Not really. You know? I didn't know this stuff.
Yeah.
So people turned me away. And so there were things I had to learn along the way. And I started meeting people that were like, oh, we'll help you write a proposal. We'll help you start your NGO. Things like that. And we started making it happen. And so I get another phone call from Kenya, from the rescue, who said she wanted me to meet the girl that she rescued. I came back to Kenya, took a flight to Isiolo alone. That was quite scary. That's another show. I went there alone, and she takes me to this orphanage. I'm sitting there, and 2 girls started walking out. And it was the 10-year-old from the article and the 6-year-old.
Wow.
3 years later.
I'm going to let you stop there because I don't know how that felt, what you did. And we're taking a break. We'll be right back. This is Just Ladies. Stay tuned.
Okay, now ladies, if you know you bad,